This is lesson 4 on page 113, Visualizing Data with Charts.
Microsoft Excel provides you with the powerful features to help you organize and analyze your data. As you become more familiar with these features, you'll find you can ask Excel a vast array of questions and get the answers you need. However, not everyone who you report to or present data to will have the same comfort level or expertise when it comes to viewing worksheets. Viewing information in the form of ranges of data entries is simply not natural for many people. You may find yourself presenting information to large audiences on a regular basis. In these cases, you don't want people scanning lines of data on a worksheet when you're trying to present. You want to give them a simple, easy to digest view of important data so they can quickly understand what's really important. In short, you need a way to generate visual representations of your data. Excel includes some handy functionality that can convert your raw or analyzed data into visually clear, easy to interpret diagrams with just a few steps. Taking the time to understand how this functionality works will give you the ability to generate high-impact visuals to present to nearly any audience, nearly any time, almost instantly. In this lesson, you will visualize data with charts. You will create charts, modify and format charts, and use advanced chart features. Topic A on page 112, creating charts. Charts are a great way to interpret data, as many people need to see data visually to comprehend it better. Plotting data in charts can make spreadsheets less confusing when incorporated in your workbooks. In this topic, you will learn to create charts. And charts are graphical representations of the numeric values and relationships in a data set. Charts help worksheet viewers to quickly and easily interpret the data in a worksheet. Excel charts update automatically when you update the data feeding them. First, we'll take a look at the main way to insert a chart. And I'm going to select my range here, A1 through E6. The first way we'll take a look by going up to our Insert tab and in our Charts command group, selecting my dialog box launcher. And this opens up the Insert Chart dialog box. And there's two tabs here, the Recommended Charts tab and the All Charts tab. So based on the range of data that you have selected, Excel will recommend some charts that would be used best, again, for the data set that you have selected. So here they're recommending clustered column chart, stacked column, we have a stacked area, clustered bar. So these are the best chart types to use for this large data set that we have. Now on our All Charts tab, this will show all of your categories of your available charts to the left. And within each category, you can see I have columns selected, then you have your types listed along the top. And you can hover over to get those screen tips of the names. So your column category, this is used best to display relationships among values in a number of categories or changes in values over time. Then we have the line charts to display trends in data over a period of time at consistent intervals, for example, quarterly or annually. And we have our pie category to display the relative size of values compared to the whole and to other parts of the whole. This is the best chart to use when you are charting only a single column or row of data. And we have our bar charts for relationships among values in a number of categories. Area charts for relationships among values in a number of categories over time, with visual emphasis on the magnitude of each data category. Your XY scatter for the relationship between two categories of measured data as opposed to one category of measured data across evenly spaced periods of time. Use this chart type to determine if there is a trend in the relationship between two sets of variables. The stock category for the change in stock prices over time or other similar fluctuating sets of values, such as daily or annual temperatures. The surface category for three-dimensional representations of data. Typically, you would use a surface chart when working with three sets of data. An example of this would be charting the relative change in density of several materials at a variety of temperatures over a period of time. And your radar category, the aggregate relational sizes of multiple data categories in terms of multiple criteria. For example, you could use a radar chart to track the popularity of a particular item in multiple countries for each year in a decade. Tree map, a hierarchical chart. It shows a hierarchy of a view of your data and shows the parts of hierarchy compared in size to each other. Sunburst, a visual comparison of relative sizes similar to tree map. The difference with sunburst is showing the links between groups and subgroups. Histogram, a column chart that shows frequency data. The difference is that each column represents a range of values called a bin instead of a single value. Box and whisker, statistical information about a set of data, the distribution of data into quartiles, highlighting the mean and outliers. Waterfall, a running total as values are added or subtracted. It's useful for understanding how an initial value, for example net income, is affected by a series of positive and negative values. And lastly, your combo chart category for relationships among values of widely differing ranges of data. For example, if you want to chart both unit sales measured in thousands of units on the same chart as sales in billions of dollars, you could use a combo chart so that both sets of values, which are on vastly different scales, can be displayed simultaneously. Combo charts are also referred to as dual axis charts. So I would first choose my category. Let's say I wanted to create a column chart. And again, all of your types are listed in the right pane along the top. So I could choose clustered column. It will give me a preview of what my chart will look like. I can go ahead and click OK from here. And you can see it drops kind of floating on top of my worksheet. If you select the outside border of your chart, you can see I can move that to wherever I want to place it on my worksheet. I can also resize it by selecting one of my sizing handles on all four corners. Top and bottom and left and right sides have sizing handles as well. So I can click and drag to increase the size of that. So that is one option for inserting a chart. Your other, with that data selected, if I go to my Insert tab on my ribbon, in my Charts group, here you have command buttons for all of your different types of charts. You have a button for your recommended charts, and here you have drop downs for all of your categories. So you can see we have our column charts divided into different sections, 2D and 3D, and we have our bar charts, 2D and 3D as well. So all of your different categories of charts have a drop down. And if you're not finding exactly what you're looking for, all of these drop downs have a More option, which will open up that dialog box that we just took a look at. So again, you would select your type, and it will use that data range that you have selected and create a chart based on that and input it into your worksheet. So that's the second way to insert a chart. The third way, once you have a range of data selected, you get your Quick Analysis button in the bottom right-hand corner. You can always also use that keyboard shortcut in parentheses of Control U as well. So if I click on this quick analysis, I have a little pop-up window with some tabs up at the top: formatting, charts, totals, tables, and sparklines. So I could click on the charts tab, and it has some of the chart types that Excel would recommend for using for this data range. So again, I could select clustered column from here, could click that, and it would input it into my worksheet. Again, if I select more charts, it will open up that dialog box with all of my categories and my recommended charts as well. So those three options. Again, Insert tab, Charts group, and Dialog box launcher, or you can select your drop-down categories on the ribbon in that group, or you can use your Quick Analysis button as well. So all of those are options for you.
Your next video is Activity 4.1 on page 120.